and then into the rest of this week. We're starting off inside of Brent crude oil. And what I want to point out here is that Brent crude, we have West Texas, we have crude oil, CL, our futures contract. That's the West, essentially, our crude oil price. And then there's the East, there's Brent crude. And you'll notice that there's a much different price between CL and Brent. And I think that reason I'm bringing this up here is to look at it from the perspective of the rest of the world. Is crude oil increasing in price? The reason that we're asking that question is because as the crude oil price increases, then the Fed fund futures have been pushing out the rate cut that was previously priced into June of 2026. It's been all pushed all the way out to September of 2027, which is an incredible move. Really referencing any time in history. And when we're thinking about crude oil prices, and we're thinking about crude oil, Brent crude, in terms of the context of the measured move, from zero to highs, we made a very similar pullback in crude oil prices. In Brent, it defended a full retracement long from lows. And I know that this is a hard price to believe that it's possible, but there's a target up here at $169. Now, what is interesting about that is that it's confirmed. It's been confirmed from the perspective of measured moves breaking out of an opposing measured move short here. And we've defended a variation of a long from lows inside that very first pullback. Now, inside of that very first pullback, when you start going down to smaller time frames, you'll notice that the daily long setups defended, stick saved a line in the sand. And as you get down to smaller time frames, you'll notice that there's a pullback inside of those support levels. So there are monthly longs, weekly longs, daily longs, and then a pullback from essentially last week, or I should say 2 Tuesdays ago, lows to highs, which we ran into and defended yesterday, climbing out of a support level. And while we have not confirmed the next upside profit target by breaking out of an opposing measured move short as of yet, right now, there is everything is pointing higher. Everything is pointing up. What does that mean again? If we're rallying away from support levels, if Brent crude is increasing, crude oil will increase as well too. And despite the fact that crude oil broke this pullback, Brent did it. And the markets are pricing in something that isn't yet fully absorbed on the indices as we're going into the end of this week. And so what we're watching for here is to see if we continue to see the defense of pullbacks leading us away from our lows of the week to highs of the week into the direction of that $169 a barrel oil. So I wanted to put that out there in talk about it in the context of the longer term timeframes and the indices as well too, because we are and I know that it's very slow sometimes, but we are in the process. This stream continues at emoneyaddict.com. The link is in the description. Join me there for tools and resources for learning measured move trading. I wrote the book on the measured move. Check out the hundreds of others that have learned trading plan development, pattern recognition, money management, and trading discipline with me to become the best, most confident trader that you can be.